frozen.
Oh,
I don't even see Isla. I just see
I see her. Oh, you don't even see her? I see her. She's in here. I'm gonna put her back
I
into
see
thing.
her tag. Well, not anymore. Yeah, I see her tag.
Yeah, we saw her frozen face for a minute. Mhm. Hey y'all, we live.
Oh,
Say hi
we
to the
are
people.
live. Oh, dig it, dig
Yeah,
it.
baby, we live.
All right. So, without further ado, let's do this thing that we call the news. All
Hey.
right. And in three, two, one. Good morning and happy Monday to you. You're listening to the Morning Experience. I am Marquise Lupton. That is Shizzy Get Busy.
Yep.
And that is Dr. Kimika Campbell.
Hey.
Shiz, what's going on, good brother? Happy Monday to you.
Hey, happy Monday. We made it through that fast weekend.
Very disrespectful.
And
Very
this is why
disrespectful.
Mondays are so hard because the weekend is so fast, and then you get to Monday, and it's like everything just hits you back. You got to start everything all over again.
It's
But we
crazy.
here, y'all. Happy Monday.
I think that we should do a show on the weekend because I really think that the weekend is really only like 36 hours. It's not really, 48,
Absolutely.
72. Like it's a
If
little
that.
bit of Sunday, a little bit of Friday, all of Saturday.
These are facts.
And not even all of Saturday because you got to do like Saturday duties. So that's
Exactly.
that's like a whole thing. Dr. K, how you feeling today?
I am feeling very rest and relaxed. I had a wonderful weekend in New York City for
Oh,
PA
good.
Society weekend. It was really nice.
Oh, good. Well,
Mhm.
then, I hope that we get a follow up story on that to let us know how things went this
You
weekend.
shall. You absolutely
Oh,
shall.
all right. So, folks, stay tuned for that. So, up first, we got our microwave news, giving you these headlines hot and ready. And our first story comes from Atlanta Black Star and a group of white supremacists who were seen marching through Little Rock, Arkansas, in front of a historic civil rights landmark were only cited with traffic offenses despite local leaders and community members bringing them as a threat to public safety. Police say that 22 individuals reportedly belonging to the Blood Tribe faction of neo Nazis drove from out of state to Arkansas, where they marched in front of the state capitol and Little Rock Central High School, the first school in the city to integrate Black students in 1957, Dr. K.
This is quite interesting because there was a veteran in front of the White House yesterday or today who was yelling about how we don't do Nazis here, and he was arrested and cited with public disturbing the peace and inciting violence. So that's interesting. And when I read this story, this is the first thing I thought of. When are we going to actually deem these groups terroristic organizations in the United States? I'm ready for when we do this. For truly.
Yeah, Shiz. 22 people came from out of the state.
Don't hold your breath on on them being deemed terrorists. Um, Listen, I may be in the majority, in the minority here, but I feel like this is one of those. This is something small. This is something small. We're talking about 22 people in this place, and I mean, I don't think that it's as big. I think it's something where you look at it and you look at the headline and you look at at what is said, and it kind of pisses you off and it brings something to you. But I don't think it's as major as we're making it out to be. Just me, just me.
Oh, all right, all right. Our second story comes from thegrill.com. And Michigan House denies millions in funding for Flint water crisis programs, labeling it a waste. The funding was intended to assist Flint students, including psychologists, nurses, social workers, counselors, and others affected by the 2014 crisis, during which thousands of residents were exposed to lead during a cost-saving measure that switched Flint's water sources.
We headed to 2026 and we're still talking about funding to fix pipe to fix infrastructure that we knew was horrible back in 2014. We're still talking about getting funding to do that. This is just the ultimate sacrifice of people.
Yeah, Dr. K.
Yeah, this is what I really don't like about these kinds of things because calling it a waste when people are exposed to lead and other contaminants and the water is gross is really kind of like, I don't know, like it's such a slap in the face to a place where a minority of people were affected by that. It's just a waste. It's a waste that they think that way, but it's not a real waste. And I just wish they would see that.
Yeah. Yeah, and our final story comes from Atlanta Black Star, and a U.S. Army veteran born in Jamaica, living in U.S. for 50 years, was jailed by ICE after not using a turn signal, Shiz. Now, this is going to be a connective tissue story because we got more with our main story, but your thoughts on this one?
It's how it's how America treats veterans. so this is, you look at it as how they treat the citizens and how they treat the people that fight for this country. It's all the same, and it doesn't really matter in the end. It's going to be what somebody's opinion about you is. So we see that doesn't even matter. His valor doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, Dr. K.
I don't like none of these stories in microwave news because how
It's
are
a
we
Monday story.
really Monday bring us down stories? I mean, not that something's not happening every 5 minutes, every 5 seconds, but really and truly, they have been escalating their violence against veterans, U.S. veterans who may still be like green card holders or whatever. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, and you are not, quote unquote, making America great again by arresting the people who actually fought and served and fought to defend America. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, folks, as promised, like I said, there is connective tissue with this story because there's more that is happening around the country that is related to this. So yeah, it is the Mondayest Monday that you can Monday on this Monday heading into Christmas and holiday season. So stay with us, folks. This is the Morning Experience.
I didn't like that one. I want to do over. I want to do over. I'm kidding. We can't do it over, but Monday, it is what it is.
Monday stories. And these two coming up are wild. Folks, for those that are watching via Facebook or X or YouTube, chime in and let us know your thoughts on these stories. All right. So
and on Instagram too. We're on Instagram too.
And on IG. What up, IG?
And on LinkedIn. Where else?
LinkedIn. Salutations, LinkedIn.
Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Facebook, YouTube.
Also
LinkedIn,
logged us into our OnlyFans and our Pornhub account.
Oh, this is perfect.
Get some of this wordplay.
Oh man! All right. This is our first 5 coming up in 3, 2, 1. This is the Morning Experience. Thank you for joining us, folks. And like we said, there is some connective tissue with our main story and with our last story about the Army veteran born in Jamaica, living in the U.S. for 50 years, who was jailed by ICE. So the Minneapolis mayor, he says that American citizens are at risk after ICE arrests a Somali man. And the mayor, Jacob Frey, is calling for justice after the wrongful ICE arrest of an American citizen. Now, the thing is with me here, Shiz, with this story is that, like, you're just calling out for justice. And I think that the, negative powers that be see that there's really not anything that they're going to do besides this calling out. And that's it.
That's what it usually is. It's a call out. It's a boycott. It's always something small. And it's just like, we're clearly seeing that this has absolutely nothing to do with where you're from. This is all about what you look like, and this is a way to harass people. This is a way to get people out of here. This is a way to piss people off. And with having the trying to put the National Guard in some of these places, just in the federal government in some of these places. Then when you start fighting back, now you're getting a charge, or you get a federal charge for assaulting a federal officer. It's just little small things where people are getting harassed and people are getting pushed to certain levels, and this is where we're at right now. You're not safe at all. He's absolutely right.
Yeah, Dr. K, when you heard this response, non-response, however you want to label it, what was your thoughts here?
It's a non-response. The problem is that people really think this is about immigration. And really, and this is my conspiracy theory that I've been talking about it's not a conspiracy theory, but I believe that they are doing this forced ICE stuff in order to eventually get to Black American citizenship. They want to get rid of Black Americans. They want all non-white people out of this country. And this story is actually his story. Is actually he's one of, I think, close to 200 Americans that have been wrongfully. He's one of them that have been either wrongfully detained or stopped or questioned or whatever, and they weren't believed that they were American citizens because of how they looked. So this is getting. My conspiracy theory is they will not stop until they get to foundational Black Americans and they get them out of here. That's what they're going for. This is not just about immigration.
So then, Shiz, what it sounds like Dr. K is saying that they want a united white United States.
I mean, we have other countries that are taking in people who don't belong there, and then they're just doing this willingly. Like, it's not about it. This is bigger than what everybody sees on the surface. This is bigger than, this is not isolated incidents. This is something that's going on everywhere, and it's like, yeah, we're being taken out, from money being taken out of our pockets to childcare being taken away, and it's just like everything, we're being wiped out from the inside out, and it's getting wild out here. Just the more things you see collapse, is just what else do you say?
Yeah, and then Isla, there's this other story here about the 20-year-old Somali American who was speaking out after wrongfully being detained by ICE. He was tackled and detained by ICE agents in Minneapolis despite his status as a American citizen. So American citizens now have to worry, and it transferred from our Latino Americans, and now it's getting a little bit more browner.
Yeah, it's crazy because if you look at the percentile, and I don't know the exact percentile, if I don't want to misquote it or not, but I was looking up the percentages of the demographic community that makes up, ethnic wise anyway, that makes up ICE agents, and I think they said that like 35 to 38% are Latino.
Yep.
The other majority is Caucasian, and then after that you have Asian, African American, and others. It ain't nothing new, B. It's not nothing new. And the crazy part is, like, I just saw a video of a young lady. She was walking home. I think it was in like San Antonio or someplace warm, definitely on the West Coast. She was walking home, and she was on a sidewalk, and ICE agents stopped in the middle of the road and told her, like, where are you going? And she's a 15-year-old Hispanic female. Where are you going? And she said, leave me alone, and started running, not knowing that her house was around the corner. They ran to the house. They tried to enter the property. The father was like, get off my property. We're Americans. Da-da-da. Like, it is savage out there. And it's just going to get worse. It's going to get worse.
Yeah, folks, stay with us. So much more to get to. This is the Morning Experience.
We got some haters on YouTube already.
Good. Facebook stopped my stream.
Oh, it did? Did it stop mine? Mine are also going, thankfully. Usually I have one that stopped.
Oh, well then I'm going to
Hip Hop and Politics is still streaming.
Good.
You can try to add it back.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm doing. All right. So second 5, here we go. And in 3, 2, 1. This is the Morning Experience. Thank you for joining us this morning. We are having this conversation about the victims of ICE getting more browner. And Dr. K proposed a interesting conspiracy theory here, which I don't even want to call it a conspiracy theory. I would rather call it a breadcrumb to truth.
That's all.
That these victims here are becoming more browner and blacker, and that the initiative here, the overall initiative, is to rid the nation of the blacks. But on the surface, though, Dr. K, you hear so much from the president himself about how the blacks love him. So what's the convoluted message here? Because there's going to be those that are going to push back and say, "Oh no, that's not true."
Yeah, they're always going to say that. But how else do you get to that conclusion without saying that? I mean, there are people who have come out on television. I was trying to look up, there was some legislation that was introduced, or some stuff that was introduced, I think the first Trump administration, that was targeting exactly that. And I'll get the right one. But I don't know how else you look at the situation and you don't come to that conclusion. And I was because what is lawful and should be lawful is not being followed. They are what's the word? They're violating people's rights in the way that they are even attacking them and hurting them, and somebody died in custody and was hogtied for hours. A man of Asian descent. So that is when you look at how harsh the tactics are and how people are being attacked, I don't know how you don't get to that conclusion. They're not treating even their own American citizens like American citizens. So I don't know how else.
Shiz, they're saying that these are modern day concentration camps.
I mean, you for the kickback you're going to get from everybody about the story and where what we're implying and what we're saying. It's like, where do you see or hear about this going on in your Ukrainian type of neighborhoods where you have a lot of Ukrainian immigrants, or you have a lot of South African immigrants, or you have a lot? You don't see this going on anywhere else. This started off, again, it's like you said, it's going from light brown to dark brown. It's just getting darker and darker, and it's not going anywhere else. You're not hearing about this happening anywhere else, and it's almost as if it's targeted at this point, just like with the we're doing bans to Muslims or Afghanistan, and that's just like it's targeted at this point, and it's just like, if you can't see that, then what are you actually looking at?
And that's an interesting point that you brought up, Shiz, about the bans, because really that's the thing that really kicked off his whole campaign, and what really made him a front runner when his run to presidency really started to kick things up, when he was talking about, they're coming in as rapists and everything. These people should be feared. We need a travel ban. And that was like kind of the red meat that got people to be like, oh, okay, you know what? This might be my guy here. So I think that he's looking at the inception of, how he came onto the scene and is like, all right, well, this is what worked. So this is what I'm going to keep on doing, even though, he has a long history of being racist. Talking about the president here, Dr. K.
Yes, a very long history. I was looking up during the first Trump administration, and this is kind of a little off topic, but I was looking up the case, but they actually tried to invoke some Dred Scott type logic, right, from the 1800s, to talk about how Black and brown folks shouldn't and couldn't be citizens. So I think that's also important. That's like the core of racism in this country. Like, it's the core of racism is, let us keep dehumanifying you, right? Dehumanizing, that's the word, not dehumidifying. Dehumanizing you, and keep dehumanizing you so we can justify treating you like garbage. And that is what we're seeing going on now. And I also want to say, if we do not hold the line as American citizens, if we don't hold the line as people who pretend and purport to care about other people, there will be nobody left to come for. They will come for American citizens, period. Like that. This is when you pick low-hanging fruit like this, when you harass immigrants, when you harass people who are Black and brown, when you harass them, and you successfully get rid of all of them, who else do you think is left to harass?
Right. And real quick, my fault. From the time that our show started, I believe around the time when our show first started, it was the ICE agents were just starting to branch out from the border, because they couldn't do anything else at the border, and they started branching out, and we were like, this is going to go bad. And I mean, look, we've been on since June, and look where we're at right now. This is like look where we're at. It's like that trickle down effect is real. I hope people really pay attention to stuff like that.
I want to read one of the comments down here from this interesting person who is David Peak 2154, and he asked the question, he's also just rude and nasty, but I thought it was a good question. What does ICE employee demographics got to do with anything? Also cannot type to save his life. But what I think it's remember we were talking about just a minute ago about that. But what does ICE employee demographics got to do with anything? Obviously, a troll writing a bunch of nonsense in the comments, but it's a good question. It is a good
because
question.
I don't think. Yeah, we can talk about it on the other side, but I don't think that we ever brought up the demographics of their employees. Yeah,
we said
I
that
don't think that
35% of them were Hispanic, because Isla brought that up a little bit a while ago. So I thought we just raised the question.
Yeah, I confirm 30% of graphic ethnic backgrounds of ICE agents are 30% Latino, and that's just throughout the country. But more than 50% of ICE agents that are Border Patrol are Latino. 50%.
Very interesting.
Are Latino.
And that has a lot to do with some things. But we can talk on the other side.
Yeah, I am not surprised at that. But we will discuss that. Interesting factor, Isla. This is the Morning Experience. All right, well, let's jump right back into it. This is our first three, and in 3, 2, 1. All right, so Isla, you brought up on that interesting fact that say it again for the audience that is just joining us. You said that 50%.
50% make okay, so throughout the entire country, they say that more than 30% make up the Latino demographic for ethnicity for ICE agents. And it's even larger near the Border Patrol ICE agent population. It's 50% of ICE agents near Border Patrol are Latinos.
Yeah. That's an interesting fact. I have my own theories on that. And here's where you can get in trouble with certain things, because not every race is a monolith. So just because a person is Latino, you can't automatically think that, oh, well, they're against immigration or they're for immigration. It's a case by case basis. And I tell you this, the Catholic Latinos, they you know what? I don't want to generalize here, so I don't want to get I don't want to generalize here, but I have had some interesting conversations where it's a us and them kind of thing. Same with Black people, how they say, I'm Black, but I'm not N-word Black shit.
Two words, house and field. This house, it applies all over, house and field.
I think this is an important conversation about composition because of a couple of things. These jobs pay pretty well, right? They're getting bonuses, and they are courting communities that have real challenges with higher paying jobs. Like, there are a lot of Black ICE officers as well. It pays really well. So that I think is extremely important. And also the other factor I think is important is they're pulling people from the communities that they want to take people from and deport from. So this is important because they're under the false assumption that if you have an ICE officer who is of the community, that somehow this is going to be deportation is going to go better. It's not true. And they also can't find a lot of people to go into the field and do this work. So they're offering these bonuses and offering these things because field work is really difficult work. Like, that's what they call this work, this of actually doing the catching and all this stuff. And it used to be catch and release. Now it's catch and, detain. But these things are very difficult work. And we see how it's playing out across the country. And video after video is Black and Latino agents, doing some really awful things.
I never thought that I would live the day where we have like slave catchers, like real slave catchers. So we're going to get to more commentary after this. This is the Morning Experience. All right, final three.
We're showing David Peak a lot of love.
All right.
I really like that question because it really is important to think about. Like, why are 50% of Border Patrol agents on the border Hispanic? That's an important question. And there's lots of theories, but
I got some knowledge to drop for you. Y'all gonna be like, what? It kind of, yeah.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna throw it right to you then. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Morning Experience. So Isla brought up the interesting fact with that 50%, but now you have some more details to lay down as well.
Yeah, so the 50% applies specifically to the ICE agent Border Patrol. The 30% apply to the overall ICE agents nationwide. Now, Marquise, you pose a question of real life slave traders, or what was the word you used?
Slave catchers.
Slave catchers, right. So the
Catcher
actual
freedmen.
term that's commonly used towards oppressors, you think more when somebody calls someone a cracker, you think of Caucasian folks, right? Actually, the term dates back to 1928 through 1935, where anyone who was holding the whip that was designated, whether they were black or white, was designated to crack the whip. They were known as crackers because they were keeping the slaves in line. So it didn't matter if you were black or white, you were called a cracker because your job was to keep slaves in line. So now you move forward and we're talking about ICE agents, right? Why is most of the demographic Latinos? Why is that a huge chunk? More than a quarter of them are Latinos. Well, I went directly to the ice.gov.join. It says they're offering up to $50,000 in bonuses, just signing, passing, making it onto the line, making it onto their ICE agent team. On top of that, that's like student loan forgiveness and repayment options. And that's just to push the agenda for the Defense of Homeland Initiative. So they're offering people from this demographic, Latinos, African Americans, that are considered minority in this country, that come from most likely lower income homes, backgrounds, and or may not be coming from it, but they want student loan forgiveness. School can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars if you go to prestigious schools. So why not make that initiative as a U.S. citizen to join ICE agents to enforce homeland defense and get your student loans forgiven? They give you fooding vouchers, clothing vouchers, just like military. So it's another term of a military branch. These incentives can be blinding when it comes to the actual, nitty gritty of it, which is we're paying you to oppress your own community, right? As far as ethnicity. Now, it doesn't mean that, Latinos, just because they're Latino and they're an ICE agent, that they are, clearly they're U.S. citizens, right? So why would they be oppressing their own people? These people, they didn't come over, but we're all here for the same reasons. They come here for the same reasons we were born into. The chance for freedom, liberty, justice for all, right? Where's it at? They're buying it and they're putting a name on it and they're saying that they're defending it. We got the new school crackers, ice crackers. I don't even know what you want to call it.
Yeah, folks, we got more on the other side. So we got Run the World coming up, and then we have an interesting conversation about the holidays. You know how we do on the Morning Experience. We come in with the heavy, and then we leave you with some good laughs. So we got the information. Now we're on to the entertainment. This is the Morning Experience. Thank you for joining us this morning. All right. Here we go on our second four. Second four in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Morning Experience. Shiz, one thing that I'm really thinking about here is that it is the 15th of December, and I have not hold this America, because I'm more than sure there's more than enough of you in the same boat as me. I have not begun my Christmas shopping just yet.
I don't know what you said at the end. I don't know what you said at the end, but but I have not gone Christmas shopping, but I will one up you, sir. We were supposed to get the tree already, and we still didn't even get the tree yet. We usually get a live tree, but that also means that it'll be a little bit discounted. So you know what? If you got some trees out there and you're discounted, even if you about to throw some out, it's a little dead at the bottom. Let me know about it. Let me know about it.
Not do you all have trees in the audience? That's nice.
Get a tree deal.
Dr. K, where you at with?
I hate Christmas shopping. I'm just going to tell you that right out the gate. It's terrible. Secondly, We are really laxing on the decorations this year, but we did make all of our plans for where we're going to be on Christmas. And I think that is like a first for us. Like by the time November came around, we were already planned.
Isla, how about you?
I need some cookies.
I'm broke.
I'm ready for some cookies.
I'm broke. I'm doing what I can for these kids. You know what I mean? The kids they want less and less gifts each year, but they be more expensive. I'm like, you want an iPad? What? You want a hoodie? What? Now that I have a 16-year-old, it's like, oh, you want a car? Oh, all right, we're working on it. No, I you know, me and the girls, they made gingerbread houses earlier in the week. And then on Thursday, I made a batch of sugar cookies and chocolate chip cookies. I'll be putting my little Martha Stewart little apron on and all, but it's hard. Now, this is hard times financially for me, with a whole lot of things, but I always make a Christmas miracle. That's one thing about being head of house and raising my two. We make it happen. So they're gonna enjoy this Five Below Christmas.
That's one thing that a lot of parents are talking about now. They're like, man, I am just going to try to make it through this Christmas because everything is just that much more expensive. Whether it's food, whether it's clothes, whether it's cooking utensils or just cooking in general. McDonald's now is garnering a $40 to $50 bill here now. Shiz.
Am I a bad parent? Like, chat, let me know. Am I a bad parent that the decorations are just like literally right downstairs, but we just like didn't set up nothing? Like, we just gotta bring them up. They just like nothing set up at all. Nothing.
No, you are not.
No tree. We drive by the tree place all the time, and it's just like we can go there, but just never go. Does that make me a bad parent?
No.
No, not at all. No,
Yes,
not at all.
Yes, it does. No, shame this man. shame this man. Absolutely.
No.
Please, shame.
Oh man.
Listen, not
That's all
participating, not participating in the Christmas like hubbubaloo, shopping industrial complex madness is never a bad thing. It's never bad.
Great.
Kids are like, ew, where we going to get this tree, Dad? Tomorrow.
Yeah, some other, not today is the word.
That's
tomorrow,
right?
Right?
I plan on putting up my tree sometime this week.
Nice.
So it is looking like we are going to have a MLK Day tree this year. Because once it goes up, it is not coming down.
And then I have Black History ornaments, so it becomes a Black History tree because it's definitely up in February.
Yo!
Like, I'm not wasting all that work. That was a lot of work.
Right.
Yeah, to our listeners who already have their trees up, do you have some pictures of your trees where you're from? I want to see those trees. I think even if none of y'all put your trees up, you can't tell me looking at a Christmas tree and how other people decorate it. You don't be inspired sometimes. Yeah.
It makes me feel like worse of a parent than I already do for not setting up my stuff in my house for my kids.
Oh man,
we were in New York this weekend.
Look what these people did. You like watching other kids open gifts. Watch these other trees go up.
We were in New York this weekend. If you want to get into the Christmas spirit, you just need to go to do December in New York because it will give you the Christmas spirit. I almost had enough energy to come home and put the tree up, and then I came home and I was tired, and that went out the window. So,
well, I tell you, what I do have the energy for, Dr. K. I have the energy for things that make you say, and that is coming up next, where we take these hypothetical questions and bring them into reality. And then following that, we have Run the World with Dr. K, who are highlighting some of the women that are doing some amazing things in this land we call America. So stay with us. This is the Morning Experience. Things to make you say, coming up next. All right. And then let's do it. Do it right now. And in 3, 2, 1. All right, so for things that make you say, again, bringing these hypothetical questions into reality. So which movie does every Black person have in their collection? And we'll begin with you, Isla. Which movie does every Black person have in their collection? We have Friday, we have Boys in the Hood, we have The Color Purple, or Scarface. Which movie does every black person have in their collection?
That's that that
Say
out
them
of
again.
those four choices, right? Out of those four choices,
Friday, Boys in
Uh-huh.
the Hood,
Mm-hmm.
The Color Purple, and
Mm-hmm.
Scarface.
I have
I'ma
everything
say-
except Scarface.
really.
Mhm.
I mean, I have all of them, but I at the same time, I'm gonna say if you had to have just one, I'm gonna say Friday, and the other toss up is gonna be The Color Purple. I don't know.
Oh,
All
absolutely.
right.
Included Belly or State Property, but we're gonna stick
Fine.
with. I'm gonna say Friday, and the second would be The Color Purple. Yeah, yep. The big
Okay,
one.
Shiz.
I have whatever Netflix or Prime has free that month that
Facts.
they're not going to charge me to rent. So whatever's free that month, I'm
Whatever
all
that
for it. They'll all be good watches and be watched several times or during their free period. So whichever one is free, I'm all for it.
Facts.
I'm gonna double up with Isla here, but also I want to say I lied. We have all of them. I had all of those except Scarface before I met my husband, and
I was about to
husband
ask
has
that.
Scarface, and now we have all of them.
I was about to ask that. And for myself, I would say definitely see The Color Purple. Thinking about my mom and her friends and everything. Friday, that's more like our age. Boys in the Hood, that's more like our age. Scarface, again, I don't see my mom and her people having those. So I would say The Color Purple, which is funny because it's a lesbian tale. And like my mom is like, pastor mom and everything,
I gotta interrupt here because you are doing this. This is a problem with us black folk. That is not our generation. Boy, we were too young to be watching Boys in the Hood, just like we were too young to be listening to Silk, but we did. That's our parents' generation. That's their people right there. That's why we are how we are today, because we watched that during our. We were some sneaky ass kids who were watching that stuff and flicking back and forth to Nickelodeon when they came in the room. But that's not our generation.
100.
That is our parents' generation that we just happened to take over, and we did so much dirt during that time that we claim it as ours too.
Facts, sir. That is that. That is facts. that is facts. I cannot deny that. So our next question. Who has the worst edges? Who has the worst edges? Dr. K.
Who are you about to get in trouble with?
Dr. K, we'll begin with you. Who has the worst edges?
Oh my God.
Stevie Wonder, Naomi
Honey.
Campbell, Tamar Braxton,
Wow.
LeBron James.
Well, LeBron James is just missing his whole muffin top back too. So I don't even know why he's on the list. It's not even edges. How does your forehead just keep growing every year? You trying to fool us and make us think it's your hair started back here. No, it didn't. Don't lie. I'm gonna drag Naomi because she was rude. So you can't be rude and don't have no edges. You can't do both. So we're dragging Naomi on that one. You can't be a jerk and have no edges. Like that's crazy.
Shiz, where you land on this?
Let's just be real. It's Stevie. Stevie been getting them braids so long. When you used to get the micros so much that they started messing your edges up, Stevie been getting them braids so long that his edges are completely gone. Let's call a spade, y'all.
Well, my question is, does he know? Isla.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
All right, well, LeBron, he tried to fix it. Yeah, I mean, he tried to fill it in. Yeah, I mean, he's a little smooth. He's got his little Dominican sea wave now. Stevie can't see. Okay, he can't see. He don't know what he don't know. He don't know. And ain't nobody gonna tell him. As a woman, though, I'm gonna say Tamar. Tamar for sure. She knows better. Like, you can't have your sister Tony coming with the baby hair wave queen of all pixie shortcuts, and you come up with some ragamuffin. No, I'm saying Tamar Braxton. Sorry, Tamar, I love you, but it is what it is. You need some slick and slay. Some slick and slay.
Oh man, some slick and slay, folks. We have more coming up after this. Some more things that make you say and then after that we have Run the World with Dr. K. This next question, it's a funny one. This is the Morning Experience. All right. Second 5, and in 3, 2, 1. All right. So for things that make you say, my next question here, I'm going to pass it to you, Shiz. So what's something you can find at every Black church? Is it A, a sassy choir director, B, a bougie first lady, C, a group of praise dancers, D, a luxury car in the pastor's parking space?
The E, a collection plate every hour on the hour. Make sure that's definitely could be found. Hey, if the choir director ain't sassy, I don't know how good the music selection gonna be.
Yo, it's
just the fact we got to deal with. It's just the fact we got to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, America, that is facts. I'll say my commentary for after you, Dr. K. What's something you can find at every Black church? A sassy choir director, a bougie first lady, a group of praise dancers, a luxury car in the passenger's parking space.
So nobody wanted to say the marching ushers. I feel like this was a gimme.
Oh,
and I feel like they really just botched this question. Who wrote these? I don't want to know. But obviously we're gonna find some marching ushers, and the usher board, the Mother's Usher Board, is going to march on the fourth Sunday, and they're going to collect that offering, and you're going to behave. You're not going to play in their offering plates either. Understand me?
Yeah. White gloves and all. Isla, how about yourself? What's something you find at every Black church? A sassy choir director, a bougie first lady, a group of praise dancers, or a luxury car in the pastor's parking space?
If I have to choose from them, I'm definitely gonna say the luxury car. I'm definitely gonna say the luxury car. But there ain't nothing for his flock. Like his flock is But but Dr. K was right on point with the ushers. That was actually what I was thinking. What about the ushers? And then I thought about it. We also missed the entitled hat ladies that have to have the biggest hat and block all the new people's vision. And they gotta be the extra one. Hey baby, how you doing? Tell your mama I said hi. No, that ain't really her daddy. You know what I mean? Like we forgot about the hat women. You know what I mean? With the elders, I guess if you want to call them.
Yeah. And for my answer, I'm going to say the sassy choir director. And the sassier the choir director, the better the choir, because one thing that 100%. A sassy choir director is not going to have is a bad choir, because the sassy choir director is going to be like, what y'all not finna do is embarrass me. So y'all need to get with it or get out. And the cream
Say it again.
rises to the top. I honestly, you know what? No, I'm not. No, Shiz, America, with friends like these, America, with friends like these.
I just wanted to know what the brother said. I just wanted to know what he said and how he said it.
That's all. Just wanted to know.
Oh my God. So our final question here, which actually goes with a story that we're going to be doing for Tuesday's show. But which celebrity has the biggest teeth here, Shiz? Is it A, K. Michelle, B, Gucci Man, C, Nene Leakes, or D, Steve Harvey?
Oh, Steve's chompers. Steve got some chompers on him. I don't know what special he went and got. He got the ones that sit on the counter with the little wind-up toy on the back. Those type of thing. I don't know what Steve Harvey was doing, but Steve won the teeth Olympics.
I thought that you were going to say E, Noriega, because Nori got some big teeth now too. Dr. K, how about yourself?
Unnecessary.
Read them again one more time.
A, K. Michelle, B, Gucci Man, C, Nene Leakes, or D, Steve Harvey?
It's not Nene. It's not Nene, because Nene has the most perfect body reconstruction process I have ever seen in my life. Her teeth looks great. Her face looks great. Her body looks great. So I don't even know why she's on the list. Not only is it Steve, but I remember at some point, when it was on the Steve Harvey show, I used to have nightmares about his teeth. So it's always going to be Steve. The teeth were terrifying. And they were so big, it just looked so abnormal to me. I'm glad he's not on TV anymore because his teeth were so big. But I also really admire people who try to take care of their teeth and, make their teeth look nice. I'm envious.
Mouthpiece.
Oh man. So folks, we have Run the World coming up next, where Dr. K takes us on a journey to let us know about the dope women that are doing dope things around this country. This is the Morning Experience. Thank you for joining us.
All righty. I should have got some more water because my mouth is dry again, but that's okay. Oh, there's some here.
All right, first three.
Hold on. Let me get some water. Okay, there we go. All right.
Grippers. Oh, now. I thought it was just me who thought his grippers were huge.
They're huge. Anyway, so all right, I'm trying to make sure I see you guys on screen and also have my notes up so I can talk to you, which is hard. I need like 2 screens. But anyhow, let me get it up and see you. There we go. I was like, how do I see everybody and have the thing up? There we go. Okay, I am ready, I believe. There we go. Now I can see everyone. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, good people. You're turned into the Morning Experience with Marquise Lupton, and I'm Dr. Kamika Campbell with Run the World. Every Sunday. Oh, I messed that up. It used to be every Sunday. Now we have them. Now now it's Monday, so I should say today we're spotlighting. Okay, never mind. Good morning, good people. You're tuned in to the Morning Experience with Marquise Lupton, and I'm Dr. Kamika Campbell with Run the World. And today we are spotlighting yet another woman reshaping power and redefining leadership across the country. And yes, today we are talking about Boston Mayor Michelle Wu. Michelle made history as the first woman and first person of color elected mayor of Boston, one of America's oldest and most politically complex cities. Second, she represents a new generation of city leadership, policy-driven, community-centered, and unafraid to govern instead of perform. Housing, climate resilience, public transit, and cost of living issues are at the center of her agenda. Nationally, she's become a reference point in conversations about what progressive city leadership looks like in the post-pandemic era, praised by some, scrutinized by others, but always part of the debate. Have you guys heard anything about Michelle Wu? Isla, have you heard anything about her work and what she's been doing in the city of Boston?
You're on mute.
Sorry, no, I have not. I have not gotten a chance to actually dive deeper into it, but I assure you, I will.
Yes, I mean, and I don't know if you have Shiz or you have Marquise, but if not, you are in for a treat for today. She is amazing. So because when cities work for the people who live in them, the impact reaches far beyond the city limits. And we really love that she is our Queen of the Week here. Michelle Wu is the kind of leader whose resume tells a story. A daughter of immigrants, a Harvard-trained lawyer, a former city councilor who built her reputation on policy details and accountability. As mayor, she's focused on the fundamentals, how people live, how much they pay, and whether cities actually work for everyday residents. And even though Boston is very, very, very expensive, especially with housing, she's pushed for expandable housing, expanded affordable housing, free public transit pilots, climate protections, and strong tenants' rights, all while governing a city with deep economic divides and a long memory. And a lot of people are pointing to Mamdani in New York City as kind of the pioneer of some of these ideas. But as you can hear, Michelle Wu has been doing this for quite some time as the mayor of Boston City. And what makes Michelle Wu stand out isn't flash, it's follow through. In a political culture obsessed with sound bites, she's chosen systems. In a moment where many leaders avoid controversy, she's chosen responsibility. And whether people agree with every policy or not, one thing is clear. Michelle Wu is governing with intention, and that matters. And we will be right back. We're going to keep talking about Michelle Wu. We're going to be talking about what happens when leadership meets resistance and why Michelle Wu is back in the national spotlight this week. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Boom. That is perfect with 9 seconds to spare. All right.
Look at me this week. I was trying.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Good. Okay,
so yeah, second three. When you want to start, on you.
Thank you so much. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Run the World. And I'm Dr. Kamiki Campbell here on the Morning Experience with Marquise Lupting. And we're just getting into why Boston Mayor Michelle Wu has been in the national news this week. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development has opened a federal civil rights investigation into Boston's affordable housing policies. The investigation focuses on whether some of the city's housing programs designed to address historic racial disparities violated the Fair Housing Act by prioritizing Black and Latino families, potentially disadvantaging white applicants. Let's be clear on the facts. This is not a lawsuit, it's a federal inquiry. And Mayor Wu's administration has responded by saying the investigation is politically motivated and that the city will defend its approach to expanding fair and affordable housing. Can you believe that, guys? Can you believe that the federal government is suing, or excuse me, is not suing, but has a federal inquiry into the cities of Boston's housing practices for affordable housing?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. 100% I can believe it.
Absolutely can't believe it. We absolutely can.
Which lets me know that she is doing something right, because
the
only time they want to start interfering is when it's like, ho, what's going on?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So here's where leadership shows itself. Boston's housing crisis didn't appear overnight. It's a result of decades of policy, decisions, redlining, and unequal access to opportunity. Michelle Wu's administration has argued that addressing affordability without addressing racial inequity is simply maintaining the status quo. And I think she's right. And now that approach is being challenged at the federal level. What's notable isn't just the investigation, it's how she's responding. No retreat, no apology for trying to fix what's broken. She's standing on the principle that cities have a responsibility to correct historic harm, even when doing so invites backlash. For women of color in power, this moment is familiar. Govern boldly and face amplified scrutiny. Govern cautiously and be told you're not doing enough. Michelle Wu is choosing the boldness. And whether the investigation leads to policy changes or not, this moment has already placed her at the center of a national debate about equity, law, and the future of housing in America. Because when leaders challenge iniquity head on, the pushback is often loud, but the conversation shifts. So, to Mayor Michelle Wu, governing in real time, under real pressure, we see you. Until next time, keep your crown high and your purpose louder. This has been Who Run the World with Dr. Kamika Campbell.
Boom. There it is. All right. Final minute, and then that'll be it for Monday's show. And then we can move on to Tuesday's show. And in 3, 2, 1. Want to thank you for joining us on the Morning Experience on this Monday. As promised, we started off this Monday heavy, but ended with the uplifting shiz.
I'm happy because we were headed down a bad path at first on a Monday.
Man.
It was like we just gonna kick us while we down. But happy Monday, y'all. Hope y'all enjoy it. See y'all tomorrow morning.
Yes, indeed. Dr. K.
I feel a little better. I feel like we went on a little bit of a roller coaster ride and it was all down and real fast for a moment. And, we back up.
Yeah, we are up. And what is up is those statistics that you supplied us with today, Isla. Thank you very much. What you got planned for the rest of the day?
Wu-Tang Gang. It's your second term. Go ahead, Wu.
Yep.
Yeah, folks. Again, want to thank you for joining us on the Morning Experience. Tell a friend that this is the best thing that you can have in your cup. We will see you on Tuesday. All right. Back to the top for Tuesday show.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me exit out of these. Boom.
I almost started chanting Wu Tang, Wu Tang, Wu Tang, not to play with. And it's her second term. Like, that's wild.
Yes.
And Boston,
Yep.
Boston is so. I've been to Boston when I was a corporate trainer for an optical company, and I did not have a great experience there at all. I was the
Yeah.
only person of color in the entire hotel. Went to go
Yep.
get some snacks from, you know what I mean, the little concession area, and there was a weird black plastic bag outside of my room. Now, there was a Caucasian couple, and mind you, I'm the only person checking in besides this Caucasian couple that had a dog, and I'm on like the second floor. Normally, when you go to a hotel, they put like people with dogs and pets on the first floor because then they can take their animals outside a little easier. I saw this black bag outside my door. I called down immediately. I was like, I don't know what this is. This needs to be. They ended up changing me into a whole nother room, but it was
That's
bad.
crazy.
It was like everybody was staring at me like I was like Boston was real prejudiced, and I couldn't believe that I was experiencing that. I was
Boston
just
is really white too. Very, very white.
like,
Yeah. Yep. Let Kyrie tell it. That was one of his worst basketball experiences living and playing in Boston.
Wow.
All right. Let's jump into this Tuesday show. All right. Here we go. And in 3, 2, 1. Good morning and happy Tuesday to you. You're listening to the Morning Experience. I am Marquise Lupton. That is Shizzy Get Busy. That is Dr. Kamika Campbell. And we have our producer, Isla, with us today as well. Shiz, what's going on, good brother? How you feeling?
Hey, happy Tuesday. We made it through Monday. That's all we can ask for at this point. we made it through a Monday. So let's get this Tuesday going.
Yes, let's get this party started. Dr. K, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. We're up. We're here. We're at 'em. It's the day after Monday. It's what I'm getting a little more energy. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
It's the build up.
Isla, Monday Junior is what you like to call today, right?
Yeah. Monday was for momentum and Tuesdays for tequila. So
Amen.
yeah. You got this, y'all. Friday's around the corner. Unless you work weekends.
Yeah. I love it. Folks, we are giving you what you need and giving you what you wanted and giving you what you did not know existed. It is time for microwave news, giving you these headlines hot and ready. And our first story comes from the Grio and U.S. National Park gift shops ordered to purge merchandise promoting DEI. The Trump administration is expanding its crackdown on diversity, equity, and inclusion by ordering national parks to remove certain items from gift shops, Isla.
What? That's not new. That's not like what. And this is what I'm definitely looking more into this. So what do they consider DEI merchandise? So what is it, like a little Kwanzaa doll? Are they gonna like menorahs? Like what do they sell on that is so controversial that they need to purge and remove it? Is he running out of funds for his ballroom or something? Like, what's going on?
I think
where's the sale going to be? Where's the sale going to be?
That question.
That's where I just let. Are they going to send it like the Super Bowl jersey of the losing team? Or are they going to send it to a third world country or something like that? What's going to happen with the DEI merchandise? What's going to happen?
Get our hands on that.
Yeah. Because I want all of the MLK and Malcolm X bobbleheads. Our next story comes from NewJersey.com, and suspended New Jersey cops have collected $2.6 million, and they have continued collecting their six-figure salaries and yearly raises ever since July of 2020, even after the Attorney General's office says that they were unfit to wear a badge. The township so far has forked over, like I said, $2.6 million in salary and counting, Dr. K.
Do they have to give the money back if they found that they did bad things? Like, do they just get to keep all of it? I'm so confused. This is very weird to me.
That's an important question. Shiz.
This is why we don't want to hear that somebody got put on administrative leave or
Exactly.
suspended with pay or anything like that. Because listen, this is stretched out over 5 years, and they're accruing raises and everything. This is like what is happening right now. This is why we don't trust the system, and this is not just black people. This is everybody. This is why we don't trust the system, because of dumb stuff like this that you see.
Yeah,
Fact.
and then our final story, as promised, what we talked about yesterday. Atlanta's top veneer specialist is not a licensed dentist. The charges go back for procedures starting in 2021 and as recently as 2024, and he was even sent a cease and desist letter by the state dental board at the beginning of 2024. To tell him to stop doing these veneers, but he continued performing the veneer procedures even without the licensure, Isla.
Listen, they've been black marketing and doing dental and butt shots and fake basement braces for how many decades? This is not like, I don't know what to tell you. Lock him up or let him get his bread. Like, do something about it. Like, I don't know. It's a shame. It's just a shame. It's a shame.
Dr. K, how about you?
And he was messing people's teeth up. Like, throw away the key, put him under the jail, put cement over the top of it, and just leave him in there. We already don't like the dentist, and this is like the story that the dentist stories and nightmares are made of. So it's fake dentist. It's like the other fake doctor, little other fake doctor. There's always something going on like this in Atlanta, ain't it? But the other fake doctor dude, you're sitting there practicing dentistry or medicine, messing in people's mouths. First of all, do your research. Don't let just anybody be in your mouth. In your mouth, inside, mess with your teeth. It just sounds like a nightmare.
Shiz.
I think Steve Harvey should become a part of a civil suit that says that this guy did his teeth too, because then he has an excuse for the way his teeth look. I think Steve should be included in this civil suit to say, hey, he did my teeth too. So
hashtag my teeth too.
My teeth too. Oh man, folks. As you can already tell, we are off to a good start here on this Tuesday. It's Topic Tuesday, and today's topic is, if a person doesn't want kids, should they date someone with kids? This is something that scholars have pondered ever since the beginning of stephood. So stay with us. This is the Morning Experience on a Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. Thanks for joining us. Hold on.
Somebody about to get their ass beat.
Somebody get in trouble.
No, nobody's in trouble.
You're like, y'all see me? I'm
over here recording the news.
I record the same time every week.
He had his hand going. I was like, oh, somebody. Oh.
All right. Topic Tuesday.
Still.
Here we go. And in 3, 2, 1. This is the Morning Experience, and thank you for joining us on this Tuesday. So for our topic, for Topic Tuesday, if a person doesn't want kids, should they date someone with kids? And I said that this is something that scholars have been thinking about for a while and have pondered on. And I saw this in a Reddit group, and there was one side that said, well, the kids have nothing to do with the person that you're actually dating. It's fine because they don't have the kids. But then there's other people that are like, the kids are a package deal here. So you can't date someone without dating the kids. So Shiz, let's start with you. Where do you land on this conversation?
You should definitely be able to date someone with kids if you don't want kids. One, you didn't say marry, you didn't say like start a serious relationship. We dating. You're not taking the kids out on a date with us in the first place. As you get to know that person, you might mess around with that person and get introduced to their kids and wind up liking the kids. You still don't want kids personally, but they have some or whatever. but I don't think you should limit yourself to say, all right, well, this person has kids, so I wouldn't talk to them, because now you just super limited. Everybody got kids nowadays. It's just so it's just like you limit yourself when and those people that don't have kids probably don't want your ass.
Dr. K, again, reading this Reddit, in this Reddit world, where do you land on this conversation?
I actually love this topic because people are literally always get into big, huge fights about kids, no kids, in all of the friend circles I've been in that are still dating, and they come to you for advice and all this stuff. And I'm just like, all right, if you knew he didn't want kids, why are you dating him because you have a child? That's what I always ask. Or if she didn't want kids, why did you pursue her? If you knew you have one on the way and she doesn't want any. I don't get it. I don't get why you would do that to yourself, because ultimately, if you're saying you wanted kids, dating somebody, I had a friend group, this is long years ago now. He said he didn't want kids and she thought she could change him, and he did not want kids, and he still didn't want kids when he proposed to her, and he thought they were on the same page, and they were not. And so when it was time, to be like, she wanted a baby, he was like, I absolutely said I did not want any kids, and they got a divorce. And then she married somebody and she had twins. She married somebody who didn't want kids. So to save yourself that drama, just stick to it as a point. If you don't date I don't date people who don't want major things like a child, or I do. I personally don't want kids, and I don't want I don't want somebody who also wants, something. Don't do it to yourself. Why put yourself in the mix like that?
Yeah.
What if you established? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut. What if you established already? Like, yo, I don't want any kids, and then it's like down the line where we cool and everything, and we get closer, but it's like, I told you from jump, I don't want no kids. You can't. Does that make me the bad person at that point? You know I didn't want kids the whole time. Just because our relationship changed, that doesn't change how I feel about wanting kids. That doesn't change. You knew that from jump. I'm just trying to start some
That's
stuff.
why they shouldn't have got into it. I mean, we agree. I just told that story. You're not starting nothing because I just told the story and you just repeated it. That's all you did, Shiz. I literally told that story. We all looked at her like she was dumb. Anyway, we were like, this man told you 11 years ago he did not want any children. Why would you continue to date him knowing that you want children one day? That doesn't make sense. Because I love him so much. He's literally telling you he does not want kids, and now you're going to be mad at him because he told you that 11 years ago. No.
I'm honestly going to say, I think that is definitely one of the characteristic flaws that we have as women. I say specifically, I'm not saying all women, I'm just saying as a general comment, because there are some men that also do the same thing, where our partner or our person, whoever we're in a situationship with, whoever we're dating, whoever we call boyfriend or girlfriend, whoever is our fiancés, we put them in this situation where there's something like that like, oh, I never want to, like, that's like somebody saying, I never want to leave the state of Pennsylvania, and the other person's like, well, I always wanted to travel. And then you say, well, I'm not going to travel. Are you still going to like go through with marrying that person and committing a life? Because it's about compromise, it's about communication, it's about, encouraging each other and having your other half. If your other half doesn't agree with that, or that's like, it's like so many single married moms that we see, I just think it's stupid. You're wasting your time. You can't change him or her. Let it go, end it. And I think that's when we start doing that whole, what is it, like comfort bonding? It's not trauma bonding, but it's like where you're so comfortable, you're content, you become stagnant, and then later when the water starts running, you're trying to change the flow. No, you guys said you didn't want to have kids. That's where you should stand on. Now you want to get a divorce because you want kids and the other person doesn't. Oh well, so sad, too bad. Find your people, move on. We're adults.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up another scenario after this break. Stay with us. All right. Second two, and then three. Second 5 and 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're having this conversation about dating and kids, and I went down this Reddit rabbit hole. In one of the comments, this person talks about they have 2 kids, and how their new girlfriend does not want kids and is not interested in having kids. And his ex-wife finds that to be odd that he would want to date somebody like that, even though he has 2 kids. And she thinks that they shouldn't be dating. So, Shiz, where do you land on this?
I think she should mind her damn business.
I-
I think we can start there. I think we're all in agreement there. I think the general consensus of the show is that she should mind her damn business. But it's also like, you gotta understand that person is saying they don't want kids, and that person is accepting that. But that person is probably like, man, listen, I didn't all the way want the kid I got, so so I damn sure don't want no more kids after this. I didn't really want the one that's here, so I'm making do what we're making it do. So that's what it is.
I think it's very admirable that he is getting to live his true self. He divorced the crazy person who's still in his business for some reason, because they have kids together. Whoa! But I do think it's probably also an indictment on her, and that's probably why she's upset. She is upset that he doesn't want more kids, because that means that, one, he may not have wanted those kids, and also he probably is like, she doesn't want any kids. I don't want any more. Kids are already expensive. To raise a child in this country is $1 million by the time they turn 21. So yeah, she's probably taking that as an indictment on her that he doesn't want more children.
And let the world. We have enough time to let the world in on a secret. I'm sorry, I don't want to.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Listen.
Should be
The man that got with you that didn't want any kids, and he said, I don't want kids, and you already have kids. He was trying to hit. That's why he got with you. He knew that you were out there and you were going to give some up, and he was trying to hit. Let's just keep it real with each other. We're going to be grown. We're going to understand that is a fact of reality. He was like, yo, she out there effing. So listen, I'm going to go for it. That's what it is.
And if he's like, I don't want no more kids. Yeah, like exactly. He's trying to hit for sure.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I mean, as I'm reading it, I'm like, you know what? I don't think that he's wrong here, but also interesting point, interesting caveat here. I'm like, I don't think that the wife or the ex-wife is completely off here, because I mean, she's still tethered to this man, to the ex-husband, because of the kids and everything like that. And you know what? There might be a concern that, all right, well, this woman is in my kid's life because she is involved with my ex-husband, their father. So if she doesn't have kids, if she doesn't want kids, does that mean that, my kids could potentially be in any kind of danger? So that's where my mind went. Like, maybe she's thinking like, all right, well, maybe her lack of care could extend to, the care for my children's well-being here, Shiz.
That's why she need to mind her damn business. That's why, because your mind is just wandering at this point. It's just like, well, she doesn't want any kids, so will she not care about my kids? Like, no, I don't want no kid. I might have saw somebody have kids, and I'm scared of the pain. I don't want them. I just don't want kids. That don't mean that I don't want your kids to exist. Like, I just don't want under my own.
Right.
Mind your damn business.
Oh. That's a good point. Dr. K made your faces.
Because so what? Your kid's not gonna be in any danger. This lady don't want your kids, probably don't want to be around your kids, and she is not required to take care of your kids in any capacity. So what danger could they possibly be around if this woman does not, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of danger would it be that she's not gonna care for them? So don't put your kids around somebody who don't want no kids. She don't want them. She don't gotta go to their house. She probably don't want them there. That's fine.
She want him back. That's what that is.
That's a good point. Isla.
Man. I see the ex-wife's perspective. So many times you'll have men and women, they're dating you, they get engaged, they know you have kids from previous relationships, and then the sad news is you hear the soon to be stepmom ends up hurting the child. So I think out of anger or resentment, or they actually resent the child because they can't have child with, have children with that partner. And I think that's really what it is. I think that gripping fear of, is this the last 11 years that we've been together? Now you wanted kids. Is there, like, what have they been doing secretly out of animosity because they resent me? And resentment can go so far. Resentment turns to a passion of hate and anger. And I think she was right for voicing her opinion on it. But at the same time too, like, it's really up to those who is married. Like, okay, you don't, I mean, what it's agreement. And I hate to say it, it's agreement under God, but also marriage is an agreement to each other legally. So now this other person is breaking the contract because we came to a terms of agreeing that we aren't going to have children, and you're reneging on what we made in our vows, what we agreed on. I'm listen, I'm all for it. Like, people change, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there's no worse place to be than in your home or in your heart or in your head without peace. And she or he, whoever wants to have the kids, is never going to have peace because they're never going to fulfill that void that they want when it comes to having children. Find another partner. Let it go.
Yeah, folks, we got more after this. This is the Morning Experience. All right, first three, and then 3, 2, 1. All right, so our conversation here, we're talking about if a person doesn't want kids, should they date someone with kids? And I asked ChatGPT, Dr. K's favorite non-person.
Truly.
And here's what ChatGPT had to say. Short answer, sometimes, but only if they're being very honest with themselves and the other person. And then it says long answer with real life nuance, not Hallmark vibes. When it can work. A person who doesn't want kids might successfully date someone with kids if they're okay never being the priority. They don't mind their partner's time, money, and emotional energy being kid-centered. They're comfortable with a role that's adjacent to parenting, even if they're not parenting. And they've thought past the honeymoon phase and can imagine school schedules, sick days, ex-partners, teen attitudes, and adult kids who still need help at 27. So even with this person, not wanting kids, they're very still much, wanting to be or just placed in this world surrounded by kids, Dr. K. So even if they don't want kids, they're open to the fact of having kids in their world, I guess.
Right. And I think people have these really bad presuppositions about people who say they don't want kids. They think that means they hate children. That's not what it means. Right. It could, especially for a person who, potentially has the ability to have children. It is a life-altering endeavor. And your body gets put through it. And there are a lot of people who just don't want to go through that. They don't want to go through any of that. Being pregnant is a health risk in this country. It's a huge one. And we don't take those things into consideration. So people say, I don't want children. It's automatically look like, oh, you must hate kids and want to hurt them. Like, that's way too big of a jump. I mean, there are real life consequences of having kids for the person who has to birth, parturition and carrying. Both of those things carry some of the most intense risks in this country, and people just look at it like, oh, well, we just don't like kids. No, what if I just don't like the country that doesn't take care of pregnant people? What if I don't like that?
Yeah, Shiz, do we demonize these people too fast?
Let's just go back to where the question started. Like, this question was started by a hater. This is like, let's be real. This is a hating question, because as we're talking, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, nobody just comes out and says, like, when like if your ex comes over, your baby mom, baby dad come by, and the new person dating, like, do they have any kids? Nobody says, nah, they don't want any kids. It's no. That's it. You done dug deep into, like, so how y'all pillow talking or something is going on for you to be all up extra in their business like this. Like,
in their business.
This is a very evasive question. Because it's coming from a hater. This is coming from a hater's perspective. But no, it's, again, like Dr. K said, like I said earlier, it's just like, you just don't you don't want to have kids. It doesn't mean you don't want to be responsible or be anything like that. You don't want to personally carry and go through the active labor of having kids. You may not want that. You may be traumatized or something. You maybe can't. You may be just like, hey, I saw it and it's not for me. But people just, like you said, they get demonized for this for nothing. It's like, I don't think that it's that big of a deal. I think it's something that we're just making something more out of it than it actually is.
My husband's cousin told me that I was so selfish for not having children. I remember this conversation. He said, "You're just selfish." And I was like, so I'm selfish for not birthing kids out into the world and just not taking care of them? Interesting, because that was his profile. That's what he does.
That'd be the first people to say something.
Right. Oh, folks, this is the Morning Experience. We got one more segment after this, and then we are moving on with the program. We, of course, are going to hit on what happened with Sharon Moore. And then we have a new segment called Questions. What is that? Well, stay with us. And then also we have our new Tuesday sensation that is hitting the nation. Look at this. So stay with us. This is the Morning Experience.
Somebody come look at this.
That's like the new term, tenderism.
Oh, right. Tenderism. That's my guy. Unc is my guy.
All right. This is our final three, right? Yep. Final three. All right. And in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Morning Experience. So we are wrapping up this conversation about if a person doesn't want kids, should they date someone? Now, Shiz brought up a interesting, I'm gonna call it factual point, because reading it did err on the side of haterade. But Isla also brought up an interesting caveat as well about wanting certain people around your kids and having that worry and having that comfort here. So Isla, so where do we rest on this conversation? Should this woman just should this person just mind her business? Or should we side on the side of caution here?
Well, the question is, if a person doesn't want kids, should they date someone with kids? I say yes, if that's what they want. I mean, that's like somebody saying, I want a pet, but I don't want a pet. And I'm not comparing kids to pets. Please don't get that confused. But like, people understand the responsibility of having a puppy or a child. You know what I mean? Like, the responsibility is there. You have another human being as a child. You have their emotions to take into factor, their development, their resistance to you incorporating yourself into their life. But I think there's a lot of things to say. But I think when two people love each other enough to want to be a part of a blended family, knowing that you're not going to have your own child. Again, Dr. K brings up all of the medical things. I never wanted kids. And it wasn't until I experienced my first actual miscarriage of twin boys that I realized, even afterwards, I was like, I don't want kids. I never want kids. And I had to come to the terms of like, maybe I'll never be able to have kids. That is a hard reckoning for a woman. And it could be a hard reckoning for a man too, when they realize that they might be infertile or have infertility issues. So to come to that point and say, I love you so much that my love extends to your children, that we don't need to even have our own children because of either, the physical or mental detriment that you experience during all those chemical changes, or you just don't. Does not mean that they are not capable of loving and fully being a part of that child's upbringing and loving their spouse just as if they did have children. Like, you get what you got to put the work in. And if they want to put the work in, go ahead and do it. But don't half-ass it. Don't come up in there talking about, you want to eat the last fruit snacks and Capri Suns, and every week you do the same thing. Like, don't do that to the kids either. Like, you're not my mom, and then you're yelling back, I know, don't. It can't be a toxic thing. It has to be for growth. You have to genuinely, it's a lot of work. But there ain't nothing wrong with it. Love is love. So
a lot of work.
If you love somebody else's kids, speak out to you.
A lot of work indeed. Folks, Again, jam-packed show, as you know. We got the second half of our show coming up. We have our Sharon Moore conversation coming up next. Stay with us. It's going to be a colorful one. This is the Morning Experience. All right. Now let's have this interesting conversation about black men losing millions. All right. And in 3, 2, 1. This is the Morning Experience. I want to welcome you back. If you happen to miss this show or any other show on the Morning Experience, because we be cooking. Or if you missed any of the Shizzy Get Busy top 10s, Shiz, where can the good folks go? Where can they do? Well, I mean, what can they do? Where can they go?
They can also check us out if they missed any of Run the World, or if they've missed any of the Grown Man Chronicles. They can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. The Morning Experience.
And you can join the conversation as well on Instagram at the Morning without the G Experience, spelled the regular way, the Morning Experience, and join us and be a part of the conversation as we continue these conversations beyond the show and on Instagram. So as we all know, this Sharon Moore whole fiasco, I'm just going to call it that, and it brought the question, Mel Tucker. It also brought the question, Shannon Sharp, and we have seen in 2025, Shiz, we have seen black men lose tens of millions of dollars over stuff and actions that they could actually control. What do you think is going on here?
I think it's a problem that's been going on forever, but now it's just being exposed a lot more, and we're just starting to see this happen a lot more. But now people are losing, like you said, these are millions of dollars. I think he has $12.2 million left on the table that they don't have to pay him for. Shannon missed out on all his money, and then he got half of that, and then he had to get half of that to the girl. It's just like people out here are a lick, and they're not understanding that. And they are getting hit over the head by making dumb mistakes that people have been making forever.
Yeah, Dr. K, I can't help it but think that it's the proximity of whiteness for these men. You know, they have the money, they have the power, and they have the proximity to whiteness. So, you know, they then think that they are a part of this, you know, Teflon Don club, pun intended.
Literally. The problem here is how we think about these things. So one, we're looking at the historical context, right? This ain't new. This has been going on with black men and non-black women in the spotlight in history for a long time. That's number one. Number two is we also do this thing where we say what they did was like, oh, not that big of a deal, and it was only because it's a white woman, or it was only because it was a non-black woman that this happened to them. Like, they got so exposed, which a friend of mine brought up a good point about this. It does two things. One, it shrouds their responsibility for what they actually did, because now there's a race component that is brought in. And number two, it seems like we're saying it's okay if it's happening to non-white women, because it's still happening. These things are not happening. But it seems like we're like, okay, well, if it was a black woman, you know, we wouldn't have known. We're not saying it wouldn't have happened. We're saying we wouldn't have known about it, and that's not better.
That's an interesting point here. Isla, where did you land on these stories? Because again, we are talking about tens of millions of dollars here that was lost.
I don't know. I think that there's consequences. I mean, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. I don't really I don't know. I just think it's I don't know why to a lot of black men that I want to hear from black men in the community. Do they consider, you know, women outside of their ethnic culture exotic or something, like to the point like I don't understand it. Why would you throw everything away? Like, I don't know, it's just sounds stupid.
See, I don't necessarily think that it's the cheating part. I mean, that's always been there. with these people that you named, with the Sharon Moore, with the Shannon Sharps. It's the crash out at the end. It's the crash outs that they have after they get caught or after they get put in a situation where it just really turns like, yo, what the hell are you doing? You shine the light on this situation.
Right. And he didn't crash out, but it's still a similar situation here. You can even add Ime Udoka to this as well. And how he fumbled both bags. The Boston Celtics and Nia Long. How do you do?
Nia Long is a crash out by itself. So
you know what? Yeah. Tis true. Folks, we have questions coming up next, and then after that we have Look at This, where we look at some videos across the internet and have ourselves a good old time. This is the Morning Experience on a Tuesday. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, right. I have to ask. We are talking about the Michigan football coach, right?
Yep.
All right. Okay. Because I had so much more, and I was like, I didn't get a chance to read up on all of the information, but like, he has a wife and kids. Like, crashed out on your mistress. What?
Yeah.
He started off on his wife. He started off with his wife, said he was going to kill her.
Yeah.
And left out and went to the mistress' house. Wanted to crash out on her too.
Because she probably told him, I don't care. Why don't you go over there with that bitch? And he was like, you know
what? Yeah. Facts. But like, how you gonna? Oh, that's just weird. That's just weird. It's giving weird. It's weird.
And he lost all. He could have. They said that he could have lost every football game for the next 3 years and still would have got that $13 million. That is man. All right. Our first five here. We have questions. All right, and in 3, 2, 1. This is the Morning Experience, and as promised, we have our questions. Our new segment that we do on Tuesdays, as we continue to build our dating disaster story segment, so that we can bring that to you each and every Tuesday. Where we have these disaster stories. So far, Isla talked about hers, Shiz talked about his, Jared talked about his, which was hilarious with the grown 15-year-old in the bed. That was crazy. Next week,
listen, you gotta get that a little bit more. You gotta get that some more context before we just brush off that. Get that some more context before you do my man wrong like that.
You're right. America. What it was that he was at a home date with a lady that had a 15-year-old son, and the 15-year-old son took it upon himself to not smell too good, and to go in the bedroom where him and the mom were having a date, and he went in between them, smelly socks, was eating their snacks, and just ruined the whole situation. So that's what I mean by a grown 15-year-old, because he said that he was like 6'3". So
is there a 15-year-old boy that smells good? Is there one?
No. Do they exist? No, I don't know. Not at all.
It's just all BO and attitude at that age.
Yes, and ego. And if they're from Maryland, a dash of Old Bay, because they put Old Bay on everything. Yo, they put. It snowed over the weekend, and they put Old Bay.
That's crazy.
Old Bay. Yeah.
The crab boy BO is insane.
Right. So our first question here, for questions. Again, this is the thing that is going to be replacing the dating stories until we get that up and running again. So Shiz.
Sounds like this guy is scared to tell us about his date story.
No.
Sounds like this guy. He's like, so since we don't got nobody else, we just gonna start up a new set. We're waiting to hear yours, brother. Make sure you write in on Instagram, put in the comments on this and in the Spotify that we want to hear his story.
Oh man, yeah. I got man. And I got some terrible stories. I really do. So our question here, I'm gonna give this to you, Shiz. If you could have any job in the world, what would it be?
Oh, it's no options. It's just go ahead and answer it.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm. That is a good question. I
yeah.
would really want to get back into sports broadcasting.
Mm,
That's what
Ooh.
that was a passion. I used to do that, and that was another college thing where do call the games and stuff on radio
yeah.
and everything like that. But that was something I like, and that's a inspired by Stuart Scott type of dream. So
Ah.
shout out, and rest in peace to Stuart Scott.
Have you watched the 30 for 30 yet?
I did.
I still gotta watch it. I still gotta watch it. Dr. K, how about you? If you could have any job in the world, what would it be?
I would run a presidential campaign. I want to be like a Jen O'Malley Day.
Ooh.
I want to be a Julie Chavez. I want to be the highest campaign manager in the land you could be, which is the campaign manager of a presidential campaign for the whole country. That's what I want.
Dig it. Isla, how about yourself?
I'd want to be a couple things. I honestly, I want to say I would want to be a singer, songwriter, producer, entertainer. I would want to go on
Mm.
tour, write music for other people, write my own creative things. I would, as long as it was lucrative and wealthy, and I can explore my passions and talents. As long as I'm doing a career like that, specifically like singing and producing and entertaining, yeah, whatever's gonna get me to the bag, and I have a passion for, and I have an opportunity to give back to my community. That's really pretty much it.
They
Really.
said Chat GPT got a job for you. They sitting there, they producing and
Oh, so
making stars out of AI now. Giving you songs
Yeah,
right up on there. If that's
yeah.
what you're trying to.
Listen, you heard it first on the Morning Experience with Marquise Lumpton. I'm going to create an original song using Suno. Okay, we talked about this at one of our formal stories, and I'm going to post it, and y'all tell me if it's trash, and we're going to go from there.
Fair.
For myself, I would like to have Charlemagne the God's job. Have the top radio show in the land. Have a guest spot on the Daily Show. Like that is like
Right.
my thing. Yeah, would definitely love to do that. So Daily Show, if you're listening, put me in, Coach. Put me in. Folks, we got some more questions after this. This next one is pretty interesting. This is the Morning Experience. All right. Second 5 in 3, 2, and 1. So again, we're doing questions. This is our new segment. So Shiz, I'm going to toss this to you, and then Isla, you'll be next, so that you can think about this. To add more adventure to, you know what? No, we're not going to do that. Who is your celebrity crush?
Um, in my household, my wife is a superstar, and she's a celebrity in my house. And babe, if you were listening, you are an absolute superstar,
Oh,
and you are
Father.
my celebrity crush. Don't try to throw me under. What the hell kind of loaded question is that? Like, why would you do something like that? That is disrespectful. Like,
Fucking up was
don't ask me
very
no questions
impressive.
like that where I'm gonna have a black eye the next time I see y'all. We're not doing this.
The sucking
Don't
up
get
in
me in trouble.
advance.
Don't call. You were like the lady in the segment where she's trying to sit there and ask these questions about what we got going on in our household. Don't disrupt our household and what we got going on.
The sucking up in advance, it was very admirable. Like how you immediately went into it. And babe, I had loved you if you had ever heard this on the radio. It was very good. That was top tier sucking up in
Blink
advance.
twice.
Top tier.
Blink twice if you're in danger. Oh man, but
a lot of blinking was happening. He said, "Let me double, triple blink."
All right. So besides your
oh
wife,
man, but no,
Besides your wife.
that wasn't the that wasn't a real question. That wasn't a real
Oh,
question.
okay.
I just
What?
wanted to set him up. So
Won't do
so
that.
Shiz, was it right for Spotify to remove R. Kelly's music from their platform in response to allegations of sexual assault?
I mean, if Elvis still got music up there, and then and everybody else still has music up there, again, I still personally I listen to R. Kelly music. I'm not condoning what he did. I'm not saying he's right. I wasn't there for that. I was there for the music that was played that shaped my childhood. So I still listen to the music. But Yeah, they let a lot of other things slide. So put that man's music back up there. He got a lot of fees that money ain't going to go to him anyway. That's going right to legal fees. So put that man's music back up there.
Dr. K, how about yourself? Was it right for Spotify to remove R. Kelly's music from their platform in response to allegations of sexual assault?
Is he still in prison?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, yes. Then yes, the answer is yes.
Isla, was it right for Spotify?
Oh, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. Why haven't they removed Tory Lanez or Chris Brown's music from their assault charges? Why? I mean, are we picking just sexual assault charges, or are we going across the board for everybody? Because if that's the case, like, you think about it, I don't.
Uh-oh.
I don't either.
Me neither.
All right,
I will say this, though. I will say this to fill in her for a second. I think the answer to her question is yes. Delete them all. Take them all off of Spotify. And let's see how many artists we have left and if they'll start behaving. If people can lose their jobs for this, we could take your music off Spotify. That's fine. If you are a rapist and it is and committing essay and doing these things, why what is the separate the music from the man stuff? Why are we doing that?
Mm-hmm. You know what? I used to be one of those people that was like, yeah, I separate the music from the man, but when I started working with more artists, especially back home, I started to see that, like, the music is the man. The music is the man. Now, I will say this: I still listen to R. Kelly. R. Kelly
separated.
You
You're on my team, brother. You thought you left, but you're still here. You're still right here. Thank you. I mean, still
look,
here.
Look. It has a nostalgic feel to it. It is a part of the soundtrack of my childhood. Soundtrack of growing up, and there are memories tied to those songs. So it's more so the memories than the artist. But I mean, if I'm guilty, then you know what? Bang, I'm guilty, and I apologize for it. But at the same time, though, I feel as though that no, don't remove his music, because if there's other bad actors on there as well, if there's other folks who's done just the same, don't differentiate, because this guy has a documentary out and the other ones don't. Because again, if Elvis's music is on there,
sometimes you can't deny good. I mean, put a Chris Benoit match on right now. I bet you everybody stopping to start watching it. Like, man, he's technical. He's a pretty good wrestler. Like, you did that other stuff, but that's a good old match right there, bro.
Oh my God! Oh, folks. We'll be right back with more. This is the Morning Experience. Oh, Chris Benoit. Oh, shit.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I don't watch the sports match balls.
Oh, yo, he's the wrestler that killed himself.
And his family.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him.
That was the first 5, right?
Yeah.
I think that was a second. I think you started. I know you said second 5 at one point. I don't know how far along we are. But.
Yeah. That was the second 5, because the first 5 we started off with the question about your wife. Yep. All right. I think so. Why didn't I X that off? Yeah. All right. All right. So we have, look at this. All right. So we're going to start off with something that is short and fun. And then we'll get into the longer stuff. All right. Let me share my screen here. All right. And in 3, 2, 1. This is the Morning Experience, and this is our newest segment that is just taking over the land. Look at this, where we look at stories and videos from across the internet, and we look at it. So, team, look at this. Now, that's just a little short video, but for our listening audience, that sound, yes, you heard that sound. That sound was a person breaking wind, and they were getting stretched out by their instructor at the gym. So, team, look at this. Dr. K, did this ever happen to you or around you when you were working out?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm very happy for her that it was not a shart. Very good job. She did an excellent job on that one. That means her colon is clean. Very good job. Something like this happened. Oh, this story is disgusting. Even worse, I had to go to the emergency room because I had an impaction and I had to have someone assist me very forcefully with getting all of that out of there. It was very nasty.
Shiz.
That part sounded a little wet. We should all check up on that. That was like it was a little bit moist coming out of it. But listen, you press down on me, that's what's going to happen. This happens to me when I just get up. I don't even have to have anybody press on me. I just get up. That's what it is. So no shame. Keep it pushing.
Literally. So our team, our second look at this comes from interesting source. So team, look at this.
Cheater! Look at the cheater. Turn around for your fans. He had a 2-year affair while I had his second baby. We intentionally had a second baby, and he was having an affair the whole time. I almost died in the hospital with his baby, and he was having an affair, you guys. An affair. Feel free.
Dr. K, this is some serious stuff here.
I don't like things like this because it always makes a woman look crazy no matter what. Like, whenever this thing starts happening where you want to publicly shame the guy, just leave him. Just leave him. Leave him there to fend for himself. Leave him.
But did you die?
Leave him. Leave him and make him pay child support for the next 18 years. Oh, how many? 2 babies? Yeah, that many. Just put him through the ringer. Yeah.
This is the issue, is that this is like going through somebody's phone. You going through the phone, you're doing all this public shaming for what? If you're going to leave, you're already going to leave. If you're going to stick around, now you look like a fool because you done went around everybody and shame this person and talk about how horrible a person they was, and there you are right back there. What does this prove for you? This is making you look more stupid than anything.
Go ahead and leave. Just leave him and take his money.
Just go.
Drain his bank account. That's way more fulfilling. What is embarrassing him going to do? Take his money. Period.
and for our radio audience here, this woman is with her husband in a mall. He has a sign on him that says that I had an affair for 2 years, and she is going in. We have 2 more videos coming up.
If she is acting like that, then I see why for 2 years he was trying to get the hell up out of there. He's like, you got to deal with that. But I digress.
It wasn't a one-night stand either. It was 2 years. Girl, go ahead and leave him. Go ahead and leave him.
He told the other Joan he was going to leave. He said, I'm going to leave for 2 years. That was coming up.
Oh, yeah. Like each other.
Yeah, this is the Morning Experience. All right. Final 3. Here we go. And in 3, 2, 1. And we are looking at this, where we are looking at videos across the internet, and we are dissecting them. So this one here, team, this was a very interesting one. You can really feel the passion coming from this young man. So, team, look at this.
Don't touch me, man. Don't touch me, man. Nah, I didn't want to. Let me talk. Let me talk. Listen, these coaches, look at me. These are the worst teams ever. Don't ever come back to this team. No. Anybody, don't come back. There's going to be no youth football team next year. No one come back. This has been the worst team, the worst experience I ever did. Players, this is not on you. This is not on you. Players, y'all did everything. Y'all gave your heart. Y'all did everything right. It was the coaches.
Shiz, this young brother is passionate. I feel like his dad was a coach.
I feel like he got in the game every now and then now he's like, from what I'm getting, that they're in the championship and they lost the championship. The coaches aren't that trash. They got you to the championship. Look, express yourself how you feel, but this is what I mean. Like, listen, where's the team mom that would have snatched the young boy up back when I was playing football?
Dr. K.
He just missed his calling. He's obviously an activist. Obviously, he wants to be the next Martin Luther King. Go ahead, young baby. Get you into organizing school right now. You need to be out there in the front of the marches, talking on the podium. He just missed his little calling. That's all.
He was Trump. He blamed everybody but himself. Everybody but himself. Little Trump.
Oh, that is a
cocaine.
That is a good point. That is a good point. I totally missed that, but that is a good point.
We should organize a team around this.
Final.
It's not on the players.
It's not us.
Well, nobody missed any passes at all today. Nobody got any penalties or nothing. It was just us. All right.
Oh man, and then our final video, something that is along the same lines. Team, look at this.
And I'm on this team, on that team. Ask you something real question though, because I am sick of it. I'm sick of hearing it. I hear y'all talking about blaming the game on somebody or this guy. I heard y'all kids doing it. Well, I'm better than so and so. Man, prove it then. Why you ain't prove it? Blaming somebody, you can't blame nobody for nothing but your own actions. This is real talk, man. This needs to be said because we go around to these banquets and everybody think everything all good. Kumbaya, but it ain't all good because everybody, it's a bunch of haters all over the team, all over everywhere. It's the fact. It's what's going on right now. You mad about him? You better than him? You think so? But man, you ain't proved it though. You didn't prove it. A coach trying to win the game.
Dr. K, teammates hating on teammates here. Look at this.
I think the coach was pretty right. Like I like to see a black man give these real talk to these kids. I love it. Got to say. And in contrast to the other video, I think he wouldn't have, if he was the coach in that video, that kid wouldn't have been up there talking crazy like that. I guarantee it. it.
That's the exactly that was the perfect response to the other video. That was the perfect response. You know, everybody got all the mouth when we lose, or when we win, everybody's all cheerful, and then you want to point fingers when we lose. Everybody like, look, step up and show that what you contributed and how you contributed. That's a solid coach right there. That's what you need. Coaches and just X's and O's, coaches about life experiences and kind of shaping the person that you're going to be. So shout out to that coach.
Yep.
Yeah, folks, we will get back to the ratchetness next week with look at this. Wanted to give some positive insight and some positive feedback this week. This is the Morning Experience. All right, final minute, y'all, and then that's that. And in 3, 2, 1. This is the Morning Experience. Want to thank you for joining us on this Tuesday. This might have been one of the lightest Tuesdays that we had in a while, Shiz.
It was definitely needed after that Monday. That was for damn sure. We definitely needed that
Monday, for sure.
But listen, thank y'all for tuning in. Happy Tuesday. Hey, tomorrow, like I said, it is good. It is getting cold outside. Our top 10, we are going to talk about the cold weather. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Morning Experience, y'all.
Oh, dig it. Dr. K.
Here we are. We have made it to the end of the show. This was fun. I like this one.
Yes.
Definitely a makeup for Monday because we were down and out. It was a roller coaster down, but we were up today and funny and inspirational. I kind of liked it.
Yeah. It was a nice mix, a nice morning blend. Folks, on behalf of myself and our producer Isla, who had to dip out a little early this morning, we want to thank you for joining us this morning, and we also wanted to let you know to tell a friend to tune into the Morning Experience tomorrow. We'll see you on the other side. Boom.
That was great.
All right, y'all. All right. Yeah. I'll see y'all on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Y'all be careful, everybody.
All right.
This link is the same link, so it won't be different. You
Okay.
you could add it to your invite.
Okay.
If you would like to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'll do that. All right. Cool. All right. Peace, y'all.
See ya.